I think I need to make a quick video about just to tell you what's happening or how I feel about my sister's second child. I'm trying not to talk about her because of confidentiality and stuff. But yeah, I feel like one of the reasons why I'm superly not trying to talk about her is because of the bad vibes that the social worker Ian gave me. Almost like shocked and devastated that I would say to talk about Sophie's private life on a video. I was trying to kid myself that he believed and that he was helping me because in the video I do say a few negative things towards my sister, and well, the fact that he was saying that, almost shocked at how awful what I was saying, even though I wasn't actually saying anything awful before the baby was born. But yeah, because of that, I feel like maybe he's right about it and I shouldn't get involved. But yeah, he's no longer the child social worker, which is good because I felt like he was affecting my ability to like the child, because it was when I was thinking of the child, the child can't talk, and then I was just thinking of him and all the things that he said, and it's just like, what, if he's supposed to be talking for the child, then he's just making me not like the child. And I'm thinking about it on a, I don't like my sister very much. I think she just doesn't understand my religion. She kind of finds it funny. She doesn't take it seriously. She doesn't really communicate very well. She's, diagnosed of autistic, but you can call that a brain disorder or something, a mental dyswiring. But I actually think a lot of people who have this are just not very bright. And, you could call it autism, and there's different varieties. Everyone has different qualities and stuff, but my sister is just not very bright, and it kind of annoys me, and so I don't really want her in my life. And he did me a favor, the social worker, by not letting the baby come and live with me, because I want the baby. I would be very good at looking after the baby, but I tolerating my sister would be a little bit difficult because she always puts me down, and I've got so much evidence that I'm Christ. And I was trying to think actually of all the names of the and how the what God could be saying in the names. And America didn't seem to have like an obvious one, but then I realized it says Erica, and then I'm just thinking, my one of my favorite Aaliyah songs is actually that Erica song, Erica Kane. I can't remember the words of it, but I loved the words. It's slagging me off basically, but it's quite a funny song, and it's probably my favorite song of hers actually. But I don't know if I don't know, because she didn't do a music video or anything to it, so it's annoying. But I love that song. But yeah, America is Am Erica, or it could be Am Eric, which is another side of things. And it's funny because I was thinking one of the reasons why I went to America is because I watched the Disney film, and then I saw Eric, and I kind of linked it with Big Brother, and I thought, what, there's a Big Brother in America. I want to go to America to see that girl who dances on the stars. And then I don't know, I have loads of reasons wanted to go there because I wanted to live there all my life. Turns out that the grass is not greener on the other side, but it's warmer, and therefore that's still a positive. But yeah, it was funny because America actually has Eric in it, Eric or Erica. But yeah, anyway, I just going back, it's just like, with everything that's going on with my sister, me not really getting that close to her. And then it's also annoying how the social workers are still, from my perspective, still considering Linda to be the better option. I've had such a shit upbringing. They asked me the question when this person called me yesterday, asked me a question, do you have any happy memories of your childhood? And I was just like, no, I don't. I mean, technically, the real answer is that I don't actually have any memories of my childhood because I've managed to blank them all out. And the only things that I do remember, I remember that the Adam and Eve, being shocked that my mom still worshipped Adam and Eve when I was 6. Like, well, what, you worship that? Why would you believe in that? I'm thinking how she's so stupid. I remember that. I remember the day I got the phone call that my granddad had died when I was 6. And that's my mum's dad. And I don't know. I just try to. I've gone through so much in the last 10 years, feeling like I'm inspiring the whole world and the whole timeline. And so when it comes to my childhood, it just feels like it was lifetimes ago. But yeah, when I try and think back at my childhood, no, all I remember is we went on lots of holidays, but all I remember is just getting so stressed out, going somewhere, spending hours leaving the hotel room, spending lots of arguments, and just sort of manicness, and then you get somewhere and you enjoy it for an hour, and then you want to leave because you're ready to go, and then you've lost your mum, and you can't, you spend ages looking around the place finding that she's still in the first room. So you've gone around the whole house and are ready to leave now, and she's still in the first room. You go to the garden, you walk around the garden a couple of times, and then you come back and she's in the second room, and then you're just like, what? And then other places where we say, okay, we've got 2 hours, we'll walk around this place for 1, maybe 2 hours, and then we'll go, and then we lose her, and we're in the middle of nowhere, there's nowhere else to go, and we've literally lost her for 6 hours. And there's things like this, and I just have so many memories of just my mum ruining my whole life, and just causing me so much problems and just stress. And when I was at Sylvia Young, I had strong memories of just trying to drag my mum out of that school, because she used to go around to talk to all the girls in my class and just act like they were all my friends, and I don't know, just invite them over. A couple of times I just showed up at my house one day to find that she'd invited some people in my class over, and I was just like, we're not really that close. Like, I never really speak to them, so it's really bizarre for them to. And also, I'm embarrassed about the small flat that she lives in, and it's very hoardery and messy and dirty. And so when she would do that, I'll just find it's just so, like, literally, I've never understood her. Ever since I was 6, I always felt like I was more mature and older and wiser than her. And then to have such a shit life where I'm just trying to cover up her shit, like her madness, and then to have social workers think that she's the better mother than me. I'm just like, what? Are you seriously mad? Are you insane? Can you not see how crazy she is? And then I'm like, I have to give a good report about her. I'm just like, no, I have nothing nice to say about her. I don't think the child would be better off living with her. And then it's just like, well, is she better off living with Sophie? And then it's like, well, Sophie doesn't see risks. And then I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about it. And then they've also, that the social worker has put the baby in near Bognor Regis. Let's just say that. I'm not giving the location away, but a long way away. It takes me about 3 hours to get to London, probably 2.5 hours, and then I need to walk into the coach station, and then walk to my parents' house from there, stay the night, and then it'll take another 3 hours getting to this place right down by the sea. So it's at least 6 hours away. But on the journey back last time we went, we got stuck in this tiny stretch of road that was like, there was about 10,000 or 2,000 cars in this tiny stretch of motorway, A3 or something, and it just wasn't going. For 2 hours we didn't move, and then for an hour it was just waiting, this really slow queue. So it actually took 6 hours getting back, and I'm just like, I do not want to do that again. I do not want to go all the way down there to see the child. I mean, if social services really wanted the family to get involved with with a baby's life, they would place the baby somewhere where the family members can get to it. And I know Ian didn't like me, and so maybe that was the reason why he was encouraging the child to go as far away from me as possible, because I was trying to kid myself that he did like me and that he was doing me a favor by saying Sophie shouldn't live with me. But yeah, after the way he spoke to me on the phone, I'm just like, yeah, you really don't like me, do you? And I think you think that I'm actually a bigger problem than Sophie. I mean, that's what I do believe. I don't know if that's the truth or not, but I know he's not the social worker any longer, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, with all this, my hatred of my mum, the anger that social services think my mum is better than me, even though I think my mum is like one of the worst mums in the world. And then to think my sister's just not very competent, or does say some stupid things, and she wants to go and live with this guy who's going to pay her £2,000 to look after her and her baby, and she's going to be in like a sort of paid relationship with him. Yeah, that's a ridiculous idea. And it's obviously not going to work, because she'll probably be 1 month with him and then it will fail. I don't know, but she's saying some really crazy things, and it's just like, with the social services not helping me, maybe I should just accept that this baby's not going to be in my care. And should I even care about that? I believe that I'm God. I believe that I'm Christ. I believe that I am going to have my own child one day. Even I do like the idea of a surrogate. That I'd love to do, actually, the egg donations, where every month I just donate my egg to someone else. But I am dyslexic, and I do have a lot of madness in my family. So I don't know if people would really want to to surrogate, if they wanted to adopt, like borrow an egg. You can get egg donations where if someone wanted to do that, I don't know if they'd really want mine, because of the sort of awful bloodline. But technically I do think it's to do with the soul, and I think more of the the soul gets chosen for the mother, like whoever's mother. But if it's a surrogate, then the matrix might actually work out that this child is going to belong to a different puppet. I mean, with me, I'd want to say for my own child, I want one to raise myself, but those are two different things. I am up for the idea of an egg donation, so that way the child would actually be whoever births the child. I'm for that. But yeah, I do want one of my own. This baby is very cute, and I do definitely would like him, but I don't really want my sister. And just with all the problems that my parents, my mom, the social services, and the fact that he's so far away, and me not really wanting Sophie to be in my life, maybe it is better that the child just either goes between them two and they kind of work together. I mean, I'm sure that they might be able to do it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say they can do it, and I don't want to say they can't do it. I know that I've had an awful shitty life, but then again, mainly reason why I've had an awful shitty life is because I have just nothing in common with my mum. I believe that when I was a cave woman, me and my mum would probably seem like a good match according to the Matrix, because we were both living our first lives, and we were both very uneducated, and we were both stupid. But yeah, my soul is way, way, way more advanced than my mum's. Hence, I've noticed this ever since I was 6. Hence I've not ever been able to get on with my mum, because I just see all the crazy things that she does and just think, why would you do that? Like, why would you think that that was a good, or what would you say that everything she says is just like, why would that be a good thing to say? And you just don't. She's just not very bright, and I kind of feel the same way about my sister as well. My family is chosen by the Matrix according to sort of the Matrix plan, based on the first life that I had, which just had nothing. So I do want to look after Sophie's child, and I do want to see him, but the idea of getting attached to a child, only to having that child be forced into foster care or forced into adoption, just sounds unbearable. I have no trust in social services whatsoever. I mean, if they think my mum's a better carer, going to be a better mum than me, then I have absolutely no trust in them whatsoever. And yeah, so I'm just kind of, I think that I should just back off, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just focus on my religion, and because that's going to change the world. And yeah, it is a very, very cute baby.